Azure Subscription. A centralized billing account that encompasses various Azure resources, offering a centralized management platform for subscriptions, services, and resource groups. This allows users to manage access to services like Azure Virtual Machines, Azure SQL Database, Azure Storage, and more. It's a fundamental element for organizing and managing resources within Azure. Inputs. The Azure account is a Microsoft account associated with the subscription. It acts as the authentication mechanism for managing and accessing Azure resources. It's a crucial component of Azure management, providing a primary level of access to the platform. For instance, one could use a Microsoft account created with an email address or a work account provided by an organization. A payment method is used to associate a financial mechanism to the Azure subscription. This could be a credit card, a bank account, or an Azure billing account. It ensures that the resource usage and services are billed appropriately to the associated account. It's essential for managing costs and ensuring consistent access to Azure services. For example, a user might link a credit card to their subscription to pay for resources consumed. Outputs. Azure services are the collection of resources and capabilities provided by Azure. This includes a range of services like compute virtual machines, storage blobs, files, database SQL database, Cosmos DB, networking virtual networks, and more. These services are offered within the subscription and are managed as a unit. For example, a subscription might include virtual machines, storage accounts, and a SQL database. Resource groups are a logical grouping mechanism for Azure resources. They allow users to organize resources in a structured way, enabling better management and control. Resource groups can include various resources like virtual machines, storage accounts, and network interfaces. They allow for deploying, updating, and deleting resources as a unit, simplifying management. Imagine a resource group named Web Apps that contains all the virtual machines, storage accounts, and networking components necessary to run a web application. Steps. Creating an Azure account is the initial step to access and utilize Azure services. This involves registering a Microsoft account or using an existing account to create an Azure subscription. It establishes the foundation for interacting with Azure services and resources. This process involves providing basic personal details, confirming email addresses, and agreeing to the Azure terms of service. Choosing a subscription type determines the pricing model and access to features offered by the Azure subscription. This could include pay-as-you-go, enterprise agreement, or Microsoft partner agreement. Each subscription type offers different billing structures and access to Azure services, impacting the overall cost and resource capabilities. For instance, a user might select a pay-as-you-go subscription for its flexibility and pay only for the resources consumed. Providing billing information is essential to associating a payment method with the Azure subscription. This involves securely entering billing details, like credit card information or bank account details, allowing Azure to process payments for services utilized within the subscription. This ensures that the user is financially responsible for the resources consumed within their Azure subscription. This information is stored securely and used only for billing purposes. Verifying and activating the subscription is the final step to ensure that the Azure subscription is ready for use. This involves confirming the provided information and activating the subscription through a verification process, usually by email. It validates the user's intent to subscribe and grants access to the Azure services and resources within the chosen subscription. This ensures that the user has full control over the subscription and can begin using Azure. Resources. Prerequisites. A Microsoft account is a fundamental requirement for accessing Azure. It acts as the authentication mechanism for managing Azure resources. It's the primary identity used to interact with the Azure platform. Users can create a Microsoft account with a personal email address or use a work account provided by their organization. It's essential for managing subscriptions, accessing services, and securing resources within Azure. An internet connection is essential for accessing and utilizing Azure services. It allows the Azure platform to communicate with the user's device and enable the use of various Azure services and resources. It's a critical component for all Azure interactions, enabling data transfer, resource management, and access to the Azure cloud. It's essential for seamless interaction with the Azure platform. Fine-tune parameters. The subscription name is a user-defined identifier for the Azure subscription. It's used to distinguish between multiple subscriptions and manage access to resources. It's a key parameter for organizing and managing Azure resources effectively. For example, a user might name their subscription Dev Team subscription to clearly identify its purpose. Location refers to the geographical region where Azure resources within the subscription are deployed. It's crucial for determining data residency, latency, and compliance requirements. Azure offers various regions worldwide, allowing users to select the most appropriate location for their resources. A user might choose a location close to their target users to minimize latency and ensure data residency compliance. Quota settings define resource limits for the Azure subscription. They specify the maximum number of resources allowed, such as virtual machines, storage accounts, and other services. These settings help manage resource consumption and ensure that the subscription doesn't exceed its allocated capacity. For instance, a user might set a quota limit for the number of virtual machines allowed in their subscription. Management policies are rules that define how Azure resources are managed and accessed. They enforce security and compliance requirements, controlling access levels, resource tagging, and other administrative settings. These policies ensure that Azure resources are managed consistently and securely. For example, a user might implement a policy requiring all virtual machines to be tagged with a specific resource group. Challenges and fixes. Subscription access issues occur when a user is unable to access their Azure subscription. These issues could arise from incorrect account credentials, subscription status changes, or network connectivity problems. Verifying account credentials involves ensuring that the username and password used to access the subscription are correct. This is often the first step in troubleshooting subscription access issues. It's essential to double-check the credentials and ensure they are entered accurately. Checking subscription status involves verifying if the subscription is active and in good standing. This can be done through the Azure portal or by contacting Azure support. It's crucial to confirm that the subscription is active and ready for use. Billing issues involve problems related to the payment associated with the Azure subscription. These could arise from incorrect payment information, billing cycle discrepancies, or unexpected charges. Reviewing the payment method involves checking the payment information associated with the subscription. This helps identify any discrepancies or outdated information that could be causing billing issues. It's essential to verify that the payment method is valid and updated to avoid interruption in service. Contacting Azure support is a necessary step when billing issues persist or require further investigation. Azure support can provide assistance with resolving billing problems. clarify billing details, and address any concerns related to payments. It's essential to reach out to support for guidance and assistance with complex billing issues. Resource deployment failures occur when attempts to create or deploy resources within the Azure subscription fail. These issues could be due to insufficient resource limits, errors in deployment scripts, or network connectivity problems. Checking resource limits involves verifying if the Azure subscription has enough resources available to deploy the intended resource. This might include checking virtual machine quotas, storage account limits, or other resource constraints. It's essential to ensure that the subscription has sufficient resources before attempting to deploy new resources. Reviewing deployment logs provides valuable insights into the deployment process, identifying errors or warnings that might have caused the deployment failure. Analyzing the logs helps diagnose and troubleshoot deployment issues, leading to a more successful deployment. It's essential to review these logs thoroughly to understand the root cause of the failure. Redeploying resources is often a necessary step after addressing underlying deployment failures. This involves re-executing the deployment scripts or processes with the identified corrections. It's essential to carefully review the deployment process and address any identified issues before attempting to redeploy resources.